This edition of the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council's quarterly podcast has been graciously supported by St. Augustine Medical Services. Well, considering what you saw, the alarming high rate of sodium in the canned foods, whether that is the tuna or the condiments, as you mentioned, then what is the overall effect that it could have on a person, and what other additional advice can you give in terms of making healthier choices?
You know what happens in the body when we consume a lot of sodium? Sodium is attracted to water. It's attracted to water. So what happens is that when there is a high level of sodium in the body, that draws water into the bloodstream. Okay? And as a result, we have increase in blood volume. Now, that increase in blood volume means that our heart would have to work harder. Okay? And this means that the vessels of the heart now becomes prone to damage. And also we have increased risk of diseases like heart failure, heart disease, stroke, we have hypertension, and even kidney disease. So if you have a community where persons are eating highly sodium foods on a regular basis, they're cooking with a lot of salt. These are the health issues that can be developed among the members, the community members, as a result of consuming so much sodium. In terms of what advice I would give, you see, in terms of using canned foods, if it's a must, so for example, let's say that we have experienced a natural disaster and there is inadequate food available of inadequate food is, I would say, okay, if you must use the canned beans, then you need to wash it out so you can get rid of most of the sodium. So you can put it in a colander, and open your pipe and you wash it out properly. In terms of using sodium when we cook, so let's take for example, on Sundays, we like to have our pie, we like to have our rice, stewed pumpkin, stewed callaloo, we might have baked chicken. Now with all these different dishes, it is not obligatory or it is not compulsory that we put salt in all of the dishes. So you can cook your pumpkin without salt. Your callaloo could be without salt. You can put in your meat, so your gravy, you could put it in the rice. And also you can decrease the amount. So if you used to put a tablespoon, maybe you put half, in it, okay? Yes, another thing too, in terms of flavoring our food, we are blessed here with local seasoning and local spices. So you use your celery, your chive, your thyme, your seasoning pepper. We have cinnamon, you have clove. Okay, so we can make use of those local seasoning instead of using the bouillon and the Maggi cube and the Goya seasoning and so forth. Okay, so make use of local seasoning and eat simple.
Mhm. Excellent advice. And even when we think about the ultra processed snacks that are in the stores and favorites for children, and them having that every day, maybe multiple times a day, and that goes on for weeks, for the whole term, the impact that that could have on those little bodies, and long-term effects for that, as you just described. And for adults, we have to be mindful of the daily amount that we should have. So thank you for that.
When you consume high sodium foods, headache is also a detrimental effect of that.